Yo, welcome guys, it's me David or D Wilson Fab here with my GQ Patrol. We're going to be doing a run through video, so how much everything cost me, the do's, the don'ts, what I would have changed, and yeah, stuff like that, and tips for you guys at home. So I don't remember the exact prices off the top of my head, but I'll put the prices all up here. We'll start off with the steel first, so that includes the tray, the back sheet, the chop, everything you see was about 1100. And then the PSR kit, so that was with the Ute chassis bracing and the Ute mounts, was about 700. The paint is like the beer paint, it was about 580. So that was the primer, the white, all the sanding stuff. I do have enough paint to paint the front doors as well, which is what I wanted. So it was a bit extra. The rear window was about 600 bucks, fitted in the glass, everything. The chassis, the cold tail brace was about $200, and that was from Bud's Customs. I'll put the miscellaneous stuff in, so call that sanding, binding strips, total tools, stuff like that. I think I was probably about 500. I want to say 500 bucks. We'll put that in there as well. And then I actually went down the engineering route, so you can choose not to. I chose to because obviously it's a chop. I went with Richard from Design and Built. I'll put his tags up here and in the description. Really helpful guy. Like, you would call him, he would answer your question straight away or find an answer for you. That was about 1500. So I guess that brings the grand total to this much. I actually don't know how much it is. I'm gonna say, I don't know, like 5 grand maybe, which I don't think is bad. The CamFab custom kit, which comes with the rear wall and everything, I think I worked it out. It was like 3,000 or something. So obviously you got to factor in the rest of the stuff after you spend the 3,000. You know, you're still working on it, etc. Yeah, and I just chose to go down the custom side. The whole reason I wanted to chop it, I guess, it was a really clean wagon. I'll put a picture up here. Really clean wagon, straight body, no rust, nothing. It was perfect. I decided to chop it only because I want to just try. Like, I wanted to learn how to chop a car. And I always love that creativity side. And I don't know, it's just the job I love doing and expressing the creativity. Uh, I am happy with the space I have. So I actually was going to go bubble cab. So, like, buy a bubble cab and just put that on this chassis. But I decided to go space cab, obviously only to just give it a try, and I have a lot more room. Like, the seats pull back. I have about 250 mil, 300 mil, which is plenty enough space for anything you want. Sub, amp, inverter, just store tools, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy with the space I have. I don't think it's too little, or I would want more. I went about 250 mil from the back seat, chopping it, which is the rib on the car. I'll put a photo if I can find one up here of what I'm talking about. The do's and don'ts now. So I would say there's not too much I regret about the car, but that's only because obviously, like, I've researched a lot. I looked at every other space cab, I picked things out I liked, and I just got like a little thing from each one and then made it my own. There was a couple things I probably would change. It would be the tray itself. It's connected. The battery tray is underneath the tray, so it's attached to the tray. I'm actually, when I take off the tray, I'm actually gonna cut off those mounts and weld the battery tray, the second battery tray, to the PSR mount instead. It just makes it a bit of a headache to lift the tray when it's got like these mounts sticking down underneath it. It's just a bit of annoying. It's not really heavy, it's just annoying to lift over stuff, which is why I'm gonna change that. Uh, the filler work I would have spent a bit more time on. It was my first time doing sanding and wet sanding and all that kind of stuff. There were some spots where if you zoom in really closely on camera, you'd be able to see like, it doesn't look the best, but it's all the small spots. Like, it's not anything big. I'm happy with it for what it is. It would be like the in ridges of the pipe where I should have probably spent a bit more time on it. But you only know once you do it, you know? This was my first time doing it, and you only know after it's painted, like, damn, I probably could have spent a bit more time on it. But then again, I did have this under a time crunch. So I was able to drive this car a month after chopping it. I started it on a long weekend. I think on the fourth day, I had the frame welded. And then, yeah, the rest of the stuff was just paint, wet sanding, stuff like that. Um, I guess I'll put pictures up of like day one, and then day two, and then day three, and day four up here. So you guys can, I guess, see the progress. It was pretty big days. I'm not going to say it wasn't. I don't know, I would wake up like 5 a.m. first thing in the morning, do all the quiet work, and then, yeah, finish around like 8 at night every night for like 4 or 5 nights during that long weekend. So, yeah, I tried to smash it out the best I could because it was my primary car. So obviously to get to work and stuff, I was borrowing my mum's car or Ubering for a couple of weeks. It was just a bit of a headache, but yeah, I just decided to do it. You know, uh, it's not easy, but yeah, we did it. I guess the do. So I would say my advice for anyone at home would just to be researching stuff. I do want to touch on one thing actually before I forget. The cost of tools. So I don't want to make it seem like it was only this much and it's only going to be this much when you do it at home. There are some things where it could have been cheaper, like you didn't have to buy the best paint. You didn't have to do the core tail brace, you didn't have to do this or that. There was a couple of things you didn't have to do. I only decided to do them because I had the tray out and I had the free access to the chassis to do what I wanted. There's heaps more I wanted to do, but obviously money does not allow that, so we didn't do it. But I do want to touch on the tools. So if you were to do it at home, you would need basic tools. So I'm talking a welder and grinder would be the first thing. Welder, you can pick up one maybe for $400, like a Unimig 185 on Marketplace, and then a grinder, $100. Let's say another $100 on a gas bottle. So you're looking at 600 for that, and then say a compressor, gun, all the consumables for it, maybe another grand with that. And then hand tools, measuring tape, cutting this, all this kind of stuff, maybe another 300. Roughly, it would be about 2K in tools, which still isn't bad. I did this chop with basic tools. I no pipe bender, I didn't use that. Like obviously for the tray I did, but I mean for the chop, it was literally just grinder, welder, and yeah, just a lot of time and effort. Um, but yeah, I do want to say that because a lot of the time you see these people say, "Oh, it only cost me this much," but then they have friends who help them, like, or engineers who they knew, or like they just had a lot of assistance. But this is like raw. I'm trying to tell you guys how much it could have cost. It could have costed more. It could have costed less. If you don't have the tools, obviously it would have cost you a bit more. But I do want to say that, so I'm upfront about it, I guess. Um, yeah. I think that's it, actually. Okay. All right. Sorry, somebody just came by. Um, but yeah, I guess that's just the quick run through of the car, how much everything cost me and stuff like that, the do's and don'ts. We'll be doing a walkthrough video now of the car. Obviously, the tray is still in prime and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think. I am thinking of going white tray. I don't know. I think it's just a bit different. But I don't know if that would mean the bull bar being white as well. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, plans for the car would definitely be a turbo, a couple other small shit, clean up the interior, stuff like that. But yeah, all plans you guys see in the future. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you want to see more of this content, and yeah, ask any questions down below, and I'll answer them. Thank you. All right, here we are with the GQ Space Cab. We'll do a walkthrough now. We'll start from the front and then we'll go down to the rear. So yeah, have a look. So the front, we have a Runva winch 11XP. This will be going to the rear. We've got we'll start with this. The GME aerial, pretty standard. This whole thing came with the car, obviously. That is a 79 series sun visor. So these 79 series ones, they actually have a bit more of a gap. You can cut down either end by like 15 mil, and then they'll bring that gap closer down, so it's less of a gap. It didn't mind me too much, so I just left it. We've got the GQ Patrol Safari style mirrors, the rock slide which I made, and then obviously the main part of the car, the tray, bar work, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, here we are. So what we decided to do is use a pipe frame all the way around, as you actually save a lot of weight. So this is a pipe 3.2mm wall thickness, 42mm. It ended up being about 1.5 times lighter than 50 by 50 SHS, because you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the SHS, but the pipe is just obviously one circle, which is where you save the weight. The top deck is an alley sheet, again, which helps save weight. We're at 2.2 ton now. We don't really want to be over it. That's with the car fully loaded. The lights we're running is just some eBay lights. We've got to finish off these boxes, which will be a video we'll be doing on making some aluminium boxes here. And then start back over here. Got the re-winch and 2 bracing pieces. We've left this back sheet only with a couple screws in it, so then we can take this off and service the winch. This is a tray job we're doing, so that'll be in a couple videos soon. Just trying to help you guys do stuff at home, and I'll run that through with you guys in a second. We've decided to go obviously with the PSR chassis bracing kit. So this is how I've done my mounts. So some people do channel, I've done SHS and then cut a little slot into them. And then that's where you fit the bolt. And then the same thing with the front. And then this is the chassis bracing, obviously, all around. So yeah, quite neat. The back of the tray, we've obviously just run the space case, which is just full of tools and camping gear. We've got the dip in the tray for the big tire, and then we've got a little cutout in there for the same for a battery. Sorry. I don't know. I might decide to put a pipe there. I haven't decided yet fully. These MQ Triton, what are they called? Vents, which we got from Breckers. They look kind of stock-ish, I feel. On the side, don't stick out too much. And then, yeah, this is, I guess, how the car looks up close. So that was the pipe frame all the way around. And we've actually copied the body line down here. I've got my dirty fingers right now. But, yeah, we've made that dent in the pipe over there. So then it matches the body line perfectly all the way up. We'll go inside now and have a look. So that's how much space you have. Usually bubble cabs stop like there. So yeah, pretty basic interior, stock seats, stock everything. Pull back the seat, show you how much room we're working with. So yeah, that's with the seat fully put back, and that's about 250 mil, I want to say. So quite a lot of space you have there. And that's how much, I guess, we fit in there. We started to make it a bit neater by carpeting all of this. Same with the other side, and just did a little mount there for the fire hydrant. We've obviously glued back timber behind all of these uprights so we can screw stuff to. But yeah, those are the 5 uprights I was talking about in the previous video. Yeah, pretty basic interior. Do want to do it up a bit, which we will be doing soon. The headliner when I bought the car was a bit ruined on both sides all the way around, so that's something we'll attend to soon as well. All right, so yeah, that's, I guess, the outside of the car all explained, and now I'll show you guys the engine bay. All right, here we are. So we have the stock TD42 NA. We will be turboing it soon. Nothing really fancy to see here. I kind of think I'm going a low mount and 18G, but yeah, we'll think about it. We just removed, we used to have a battery isolator box here, which I'll put a photo of in a second maybe, if I have a photo. We removed that, and now the engine bay is actually neat and tidy. I don't know, I might think of a low-key, want to shave it down a bit and make it look really nice, but oof, I don't know, we'll see. It's just a lot of time spent on it, you know. But yeah, I really do love this car. I reckon I'm going to keep it forever. So yeah, don't mind spending a bit of coin on it. I forgot to mention, obviously we've just got the patroller part, chrome grille, and just some stock headlights in there. But yeah, we will be turboing it soon, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'll try to figure it out while I go and try to help as well, and stuff I've done wrong with it. But yeah, it's got 380,000 on the engine, so still quite young for a TD, I would say, and all stock. We had a little mix up here, I don't know if I can show it, but there we go. It was actually leaking from there, but we kind of fixed that for the moment temporarily. I've got to do an AC belt on that as well. That could be another video if you guys want to see that. But yeah, that's the car, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, keep an eye out for the next one. I might do AC belt and the toolboxes as a separate video and then show you guys that. And then yeah, just I guess some little quick stuff on the tray and ideas and how to bend this pipe and using the bender. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.